Right, so today I'm down at Rowan's little new shop. You might remember him from the Speed Twin video we did where we looked at his custom parts on it. Today I'm here with the R9T, which I've got on loan from BMW, and the reason that I popped down here is because Rowan's got a couple of Airheads that he's built. This one was at the bike shed show. Was the other one at the bike shed?
The online bike shed show this year.
Yeah, but this was
that was last year at Shed Row.
So yeah, 2019 bike shed show. This was there at Shed Row, and I thought it'd be awesome to compare a retro bike with a few catalogue custom parts to the real deal, the old school, proper, vintage, fully customized Airhead. So what we're going to do today is have a look around the workshop, have a look around the bike. Then Rowan's going to ride the R9T. It's his first time. He's been resisting because he knows he'll love it. And I'll take out this, and then we'll figure out which one's best. Alright, so this is the new workshop, because you said you were in a leaky shed before, weren't you?
Yes, I had an old council garage that was within this footprint, in that back corner, funnily enough, and that's where I built these two BMWs.
So this one was in the online bike shed show, because they didn't do it, did they, because of COVID?
Yeah, so I did a small video, talked around the bike, fired it up, and yeah, that was online a couple of weeks ago.
Is that on YouTube?
It might be.
I'll put a little link to that.
Yeah, it might be on YouTube. It should be. I hope it is.
And then this is the so what is it, an R65?
It's an R45, this one. So
and that's the R65?
Yeah, that's the R65. It's now an 860 though. I've used the Sebum Rock bolt-on barrels and heads.
So what kind of state was it in when you got it?
It was a 14,000 mile rubber cow, you know, had never gone above 80 mile an hour. The chap that owned it really looked after it. It was the perfect base to build on. Everything I took apart was well oiled, well greased. It was red with a strange black decal down the side and like a gold hand painted pinstripe. I think he'd done that himself as
you got pics of that?
His customising. Yeah, I have. I've got the before pics as it stood in that garage.
I'll stick them in the video. I want to see those. So, firstly, front end.
GSXR 750 2014 model with the Cognito Moto, triple clamps, mudguard brackets, mudguard axle, which is stainless steel. Yeah, real Cognito Moto fanboy here, and got the Brembo calipers off of eBay to match the forks, and that really sets the front end off.
And you said they were pretty tasty as well.
Yeah, pretty tasty. You know, the back brakes don't really do much, so overcompensated on the front brakes. But if it could stop a GSXR 750, I'm pretty sure it's safe on this.
And the tank is wrapped, is it?
Yeah, this is liquid wrap, the same as the Triumph that we spoke about before. It's a Ferrari green that I chose because I'll never be able to afford a Ferrari. I thought I might as well pretend I've got one in a bike. Yeah, and they wrapped a matching helmet with the smoked out logo in it.
Nice.
Which I'm a major fan of.
And then seat. Oh, is that that's not a Motone one, is it?
That is.
Yes.
That is a Motone.
Shout out to Motone.
Yeah.
And the seat, you made that yourself, or?
Seat was made by a company I found on eBay called Get Leathered UK. I sent them the LED tail light. I told them I wanted a tuck and roll, but turned the other way so it matched the grips. Yeah. And they sent me this back. It's got a nice solid steel base with a steel bar through it. It's all covered in felt, which I think is lovely, but this is really tough.
Shocks.
YSS from Calf Racer web shop. I think they're in Europe somewhere. On the other Airhead I used Hagons, and they were great, but they were more of an off-road, softer style. So this time round I went for a nice harder shock, just to give it that more rigid, sporty feel.
And then some Zard exhausts here.
These are, in my opinion, the nicest sounding exhausts I've ever heard. They're just so aggressive and so sharp. You know, with a twin you get that thumping but also a bit of high revs, and these just, yeah, they just really set it off. Other special bits in my opinion are the Tarozzi rear sets. These These are really nice. The linkage works really well. These were a bolt-on set that I found were actually made for this bike. I've got a deep sump kit on it to house a bit more oil, just because I'm running a larger engine and I'm going to ride it a little bit faster than it was really made to ride. Other than that, a lot of the things that are in it are hidden. Like I said, the Sebum rock kit, all of that's inside. All the electrics are wired by Roots rewires, and he did a custom loom. It's all hidden in the airbox and starter cover. It's got a lovely Daytona Speedo, headlight and bar end mirrors from Alchemy Parts. You know, the list goes on, but most of the stuff from this either came from Motorworks, Alchemy or eBay.
We'll go for a spin in a minute, but what about the other bikes in here quickly maybe? So this is your daily, you were saying, this Honda?
This is soon to be my daily. I had that Speed Twin as a daily, but recently been working on this, got this running really nice, new paint job. Planning on selling that Speed Twin, so this will take its place. It's going to live at home with me. We've got a Triumph chopper that I'm currently working on that's nearly there, got a few little bits left to do. Calling in the help of Brit Steel Classics in Dover. Been recommended them, they're going to help us out with that one. I've got my little project on the back bench, which is a CB250 RS. You may recognise it because it was blue before. And then the Harley and the Ducati, which straddling the BMW in here. This Harley's my show-off bike on a sunny Sunday when I want to turn some heads.
Looks a bit loud.
Yeah, it really does slap the ground, that exhaust. And then the Ducati is the same age as me and was just a little personal want bike. You know, always wanted one, so when I had a few quid left over, I got myself one.
Alright, I'm just going to rev them both up so you can hear the difference. This is probably how the R9T would sound if it had a decat. It would sound so good. Obviously this riding position is a bit on the extreme side. Rowan was saying that he had the bars mounted, these clip-ons up at the top here, but he found it a little bit too sat up, I suppose, so he's dropped them quite a long way down the forks there. So yeah, you really are over the front. And then when I first rolled away then, I was searching for the foot pegs and you realise that actually they're way behind you. But straight away what strikes me about it is that the ride obviously feels really good because the forks are modern and decent quality. Same for the shocks. And look, he was right that the rear brake doesn't do a great deal, but again, the front brakes, because they're off the GSX 750, did he say? Yeah, the stopping power is more than enough for this bike. So in many ways it feels modern, the braking, the ride, but then you've got that growly old boxer twin. Obviously not as refined as the R9T by any stretch of the imagination, but still has something in common with it. The power delivery's torquey in the same way. It does have that similar sound as well. That 180 firing order gives you that nice purr, and it's also pretty smooth, smoother than I was expecting. I think you would perhaps think that an older bike like this might be a bit vibey, a bit looser, but because of that balanced cylinder configuration, it really is lovely to ride. You just feel the age of it in the clutch with the weight of the lever and the bite point being a bit more abrupt and further out. The throttle's heavier as well, and again less refined. And then of course the gear shifts as well feel that little bit looser. Rowan was saying just before we left that it might remind me of a trail bike in that kind of rawness of the ride and also the simplicity of the bike, and I kind of see what he's saying. With the R9T, it does have those option 719 aluminium billet rear sets on it. They're a catalogue extra, and it does give it a slightly sporty leg position, but it's still all day comfortable. The bars are still pretty high, so I mean I think that's got to be my pick for a long day of riding. But this beast has so much character for like a Sunday blast.
I feel like I'm in a bit of trouble now. I loved it.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Couldn't find a flaw in it, in my eyes. It does everything it says on the tin. It looks the part, it feels the part. It's ergonomic, it's sporty, it's comfortable. Yeah, credit to BMW on this one.
It's been growing on me. When I first got it, I was like, yeah, it's pretty good, but I'm quite into my Triumphs and stuff. And then the last couple of days I've been riding it and I'm like, yeah, once you get into the BMW mindset, yeah, the Boxer Twin kind of fan club, then you start to really enjoy it. Saying this is really smooth. I was surprised at how smooth it is. And obviously the engine, the power delivery, it's not as powerful as the R9T, but it still delivers it in a similar kind of torquey mid-range kind of way and super smooth. Anyway, question is though, which one would you pick? I knew you'd say that.
Labour of love.
Yeah. You put too many hours into it to say otherwise now. I was saying when I was out riding, day in, day out, that's so much more comfortable and easier to ride. Absolute character for like a Sunday blast and just riding something a bit leery. That wins hands down for sure. The thing that I was thinking just before is like, you walk around the bike shed show and you see all these amazing bikes. You're like, I'd love to ride that one, and you're kind of in your mind picking your favourite ones and stuff. So to be able to see one in the show last year, I think I even got some footage of it in one of my videos, and then come and ride it today. That's pretty awesome. So thank you.
Thanks for coming to ride it.
Let me know what you think of the bikes in the comments below, as always, and catch you next time.